I'll,
Well, who's starting? You starting? Me?
I'll start. I'll start. Hi,
Okay.
everybody. It's the 4th of March, 2025. We're the Elderly Brothers. We're coming to you from two spots in the United States. I'm in Artie, and I'm in Florida,
I'm Larry, and I am in New York, but not in the city.
today we're still experimenting, so everybody hang in there with us. Uh, and we're going to talk about a variety of things, but we're trying to kind of focus on stuff that has to do with getting old, oldie stuff,
But
and
not depressing.
not depressing, no.
No, okay.
But we have a question about how people knew what time it was during the day before or during the night, especially during the night, I guess, before before there was clocks. I mean, there's been clocks for a long time, but for I don't know how long. I don't even know how long it's been since the sundial was invented. But so if you had in the days of the sundial and it was cloudy and you had a 9 o'clock appointment, uh, how did you know that? You were going to go to the dentist at 9 o'clock, and there was no way to know what time it was. I have no idea how that works. We're going to have to get an expert on time, I guess. But in the meantime, we'll discuss it.
So first, I'm not sure people had appointments
You're not
before.
sure what?
I don't think people necessarily had appointments before there were clocks.
Well, they must have. They said be over here at 7 for drinks or something like that.
But how did they know? How did they
That's
know? It
that's
was
my point. That's my point.
so how did they know to call it 7? They might have just said, come over before dark.
They could have said that, yeah. But what about the your stove and stuff? You had to get it all heated up to cook your dinosaur meat and things, and uh, you had to have it. You had to know what time it was. And in the middle of the night, let's say you woke up in the middle of the night, you really wanted to know what time it was.
Well, you'd have to know that there was time.
You got to turn up your bike, I think, Laura.
It's up as much as it goes.
You're not. Well, maybe I'm just not hearing very well. That's true. I'm not hearing very well.
So
Uh,
yeah, so there's no clocks. The sun comes up. Well, I guess time, it's day.
but if there's sun, you would know that it was like noon or late in the afternoon or earlier in the morning or whatever. But if there's no sun, like
There,
at night, you wouldn't. If you wanted to turn on TV at 9 o'clock, you wouldn't know what was. You wouldn't know it was 9 o'clock.
you wouldn't, and you would also miss your dentist appointment if they
Yeah.
had dentists.
Well, let's say they do, but it doesn't really matter. I mean, they had meetings with the legislature, and you had to meet with your agent to discuss your new book and all that stuff.
I guess so. So I was it big hourglasses that went for an hour?
Beats me. That's the whole question.
Well, I don't know if that's the whole question. I think the question too is, um, did it really make any difference?
Maybe not. Yeah, maybe it didn't make any difference at all. But if you know, if the Pharaoh said, "I want my slaves to be here to make the pyramid at 10 o'clock in the morning," and they didn't show up until noon, he'd be very upset.
Well, they had those guys that would go wake up the slaves, I guess.
But how would they know what time it was?
That was the question. And maybe the Pharaoh knew.
Maybe they had special powers. That's true.
I think if nobody else knew what time it was and you did, you might have an advantage.
I guess so.
I
Yeah.
don't know how, but you might.
In the land of the blind, the one-eyed man is king, right?
That's me.
Well, we're just going to have to look into that because I want some answers. But I guess we're going to have to go to Chat GPT to find out.
Well, or, as soon as we're really popular, we'll get experts to call us.
Yeah, right. Call it.
Anybody who's watching that knows about clocks could call
Yeah,
us.
yeah, right. And not like digital. We're talking a long time ago.
Yeah, like Antiques Roadshow kind of
Yeah,
people.
even before that.
They might know. They
They got
prob-
them?
they probably do know.
No, maybe. Well, you know more about that than I do because that's one of your favorites.
It is. And it should be yours too, but that's okay.
Well, one of the other things that you and I both discussed is how our writing has deteriorated. My signature could be anybody's signature. It couldn't be anybody's signature because you can't even read it at all anymore.
It's true. And I can't read anything I write anymore.
No, I did. I was just looking at some notes I made, and I had no idea what some of the words were, and it wasn't even that long ago. But
So
you were a calligrapher, and that's such a pity that you can't do it anymore.
I know, I wish I could. You just try to, you can't seem to overcome it. It's just the hand wiggles and you don't make a straight line or the curved line you want. And
Well,
it's,
even printing, I can't read my printing anymore either.
well, that's all I've ever done was print. And it's got, so I can't read that either.
You're out of printing too. Well, that sort of goes into the essential tremors area too,
It
which
does.
which to me is the silliest designation I've ever heard.
Well, so how did they explain that to you?
They don't. They say, well, I'm not even sure I've asked. I guess it's supposed to be self-evident that everybody should have them. They're so essential. You need them bad. And
Well,
it's this hand is okay, and this hand not so okay. No, it's pretty good right now. It depends on how you hold it.
well, I just had a,
This down like this is perfect, but like this, I don't know. It seems fine now. There's no essentialness going on.
it's just like I forgot what I was going to say just now, this very instant. I forgot.
Yeah, I wrote yesterday, I think, about that. I have the idea for the title and the plot of the great American novel, but I didn't write it down, so it's gone.
Yeah, and it'll probably never come back.
And American literature is going to suffer because of it.
It's a shame. Me too. I mean, I've had solutions to a lot of the world's major problems came directly to me, and then they went away.
Yeah, I had the cure for Alzheimer's about 2 hours ago, but didn't write it down.
And you just can't go back.
Huh?
You can't go back.
No, no, no. It's like walking into a room and you wonder why you did it.
Yeah, no, and everybody that I would say, I'm not sure, but I think everybody who gets old does that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they do.
So why do we do that?
That's the mind is a weird, weird thing. You just don't know what the hell it's doing and why
Yeah,
it's doing it.
yeah,
That's true all your life, but it gets worse because at least sometimes you used to be able to remember stuff. Well, you used to be able to remember stuff real good, but when the memory starts to fade, it just doesn't. I mean, it's hard on you.
yeah. Well, when it's that like that shock of you're looking down to your left,
There, how's that?
better.
Okay,
Feels
yeah,
really
I'll look up. You do the same, but we'll look up.
okay.
I'm looking at the light on my screen, my
Yeah,
computer.
you got brightness around your eyes.
I know that. Okay. I'm
It's
gonna have
makeup.
to.
I guess it's makeup's the next step.
I guess I mean, we have to look good. I think a little. I don't even know what it is. I'm going to have to find out that some kind of thing that dulls my skin.
Well, there's stuff out there.
Oh,
There's
I'm sure there is. I have to talk to a cosmetologist.
put that on the list.
Yeah, really. That's high, very high on my list as a cosmetologist. Well, okay. Well, here's something it's not quite on the same level, but uh, I went to high school a long time ago, and as far as I know, there were no drugs. And as far as I know, when I went to college, there was probably marijuana, but I didn't ever see it or smell it. And
It might have been a
the only
little
drugs we
early.
knew about were alcohol. Was alcohol. That was the drug of choice.
Alcohol was it. I never came on to drugs until I was a freshman in college. And because I was in an artistic field, marijuana was available. And those of us who indulged in it really felt like we were on the fringe. I mean, we were testing the limits, and we might have been at that time.
You were. You were also testing the law at that time.
And had we been caught, it would have been a bad thing.
Yeah, and I don't know, did any of your friends ever get caught?
Yeah,
Arrested, I mean?
yeah.
Yeah.
Not in America that I know of,
Well, no, I mean here. Yeah.
but my friend Kim,
Well, yeah, but he's a special case.
we're going to get him on to
Oh, I
discuss
think we have to get him on. Yeah.
his life with us.
The life of a career criminal.
So essential tremors, though, I they told me I had it and not to worry about it because that's just what happens.
Yeah.
So why is that?
I went to Mayo Clinic in Rochester to have mine tested. I had it and I thought, okay, this is Alzheimer's. I mean, Parkinson's, and I need to find out if that's what it was. And they stuck needles in my arm, and that was a screen there, a computer screen that had little scriggly things on it. It was just, it was alchemy or whatever. It was different than whatever you call that thing. But these needles in various parts of my arm, and they all came out said essential tremors.
So they were like electrodes or something.
I I get no, I think what it did was stimulate your muscles so that they could read them better. I think that's what it was.
I don't know. We got to call them up too.
We know a lot of stuff, but we don't know a lot of stuff.
It seems like most of the stuff we talk about, we don't know anything.
I think we're bragging when we say we know a lot of stuff. Don't play with that thing.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, maybe let's finish up today with I looked up what the hardest jobs are.
Uh-huh.
And they're pretty much what you'd think. Guess a couple of them.
um, the people that clean septic tanks.
No, that wasn't one of them.
No,
That's a hard job. That's a really ugly job, but that wasn't one of them.
that's actually a dirty job. There's a show on TV, Dirty Jobs. You ever see that?
No, I didn't look at that, but that's a good one too. Need to check that out.
Yeah, definitely. You'll enjoy that.
No, I'll give you a start.
Okay.
Firefighter,
Yep. Totally agree.
miner, a
What?
miner,
Say it again.
coal miner, or
Coal miner.
gold miner, or whatever.
That sucks.
Roofer,
What are?
roofer. People who
Roofer.
put on roofs, roofs,
Yeah, that's not a good one.
and deep sea fisherman.
That's a tough one as well.
That's a program I've looked at.
What do you think about
Dangerous Waters or whatever it's called.
what do you think about hot dog vendors on the street? That's not easy.
No, but it's not hard. It's not, well, I guess there are hard jobs and dangerous jobs, and they're almost all the same. I mean, airline pilot, farm worker, construction worker, police, electrician. That's a one I would never thought of.
Plumber's worse.
That's not dangerous though.
Well, no, I guess not. But I mean,
And logger is one of the worst. You got to watch out for falling trees and chainsaws and big chains whipping around stuff. And uh, you don't want to be a logger
That's a
unless
hard job.
unless you
I
need
don't.
unless you need to be a logger.
I don't. I don't need to do that.
But deep sea fishermen, that's really dangerous. They're out there in rough water. They've got those cages flying around, and they got big waves coming over them and all that stuff. Do you ever watch that program?
Maybe once or twice.
I don't remember what it's called, but I've only seen it a few times
Well,
too.
there's
But
another okay hard job then coming from TV is ice road truckers
it's hard. Yeah, I've seen that too. Why do I watch that? My God.
because you want to feel good that you're not doing it.
Well, and there's the other one, the trucker, the people who rescue the ice road truckers,
Yeah, that's
whatever that's called,
ice road
tow
trucker
truckers.
rescuers.
Yeah, pulling big trucks out of the water and the mud and stuff.
Rescuers is a hard job.
What is?
Rescuing,
Yeah, search and rescue. That's a tough one.
any kind of rescuing.
Yeah.
What else? Something that you wouldn't think was hard.
Well, healthcare worker was one of them.
Oh,
Not
a
not
nurse.
dangerous, not dangerous, but hard.
We have a friend who's a nurse. What a miserable job that is.
It's another thing you don't want to be, or an ice road trucker or a nurse.
But I would, for example, then on the other end of that, I picked that up again. I'm sorry. Um, Landscapers in Florida, that it's not hard, but it's hard.
It's very hard. It's a very hard job. In all the heat, they even do it in the rain.
Yeah, I see these guys building houses in the rain.
Yeah, I wouldn't think you'd build a house in the rain.
Maine cabin masters, they're out there no
Who
matter
is?
what. The Maine cabin masters,
They're out there in the rain, huh?
rain, snow, they're doing it.
Boy, gotta be a tough person to be a cabin maker.
So I think we've gone on.
I think so. I think we've done enough damage for today.
So we'll do our developing sign off, which is I love you, my brother.
I love you, my brother, and we'll talk soon.
We will.
Okay.
Bye.